It is up, everyone. This is Captain Eon speaking, and I'm gratefully doing so. Not just because I can, but because I truly believe that this will lead to the overall edification of the body of Christ, which I am humbled to be a part of. For as long as I can remember, I've had thoughts, more like fantasies, about being wealthy and how I would spend this money. And while the specifics have changed over the years, the constant remains in the fact that I truly believe that I would put this money to good use, helping others, building better futures for, countless people of all types of demographics. But very recently, and this really stems from the idea that I shared on a couple days before about, who am I really? Getting down to it. And in an effort to be completely honest and transparent with myself, I gotta say that, I'll probably end up doing the wrong thing with at least some of it. For I do have, fleeting moments where I think about being reckless. Taking a trip around the world and, buying a big house for myself. And I tend to try to justify it by saying, if I give this much to help the poor, then I deserve a little bit for myself. And to be honest, I think that that's dangerous, at least for me. And the reason why I share on this is because I think that chapter 62, verse 10 of today's treatment is really getting to the root of this problem, or perceived problem at least. And this is when God is saying, if riches do increase, don't set your heart on it. And maybe I'm doing that already. Riches haven't even increased for me, but I'm sitting here thinking about it. I remember, I believe it's in the Proverbs, where God talks about not working to be rich. And so I think all of this ties in together. But it really brought me to the conclusion, or I've concluded a title entailed Poor Decisions. And it's not just because I'd probably, frivolously spend, these imaginary riches that I'm hypothetically talking about. But the title is more so regarding poor decisions that are required of me. And what I mean is these vows that I've taken that God talks about in chapter 61 verse 8, and 65 verse 1, where in the former he talks about performing those things which you have vowed daily. And then the latter following that up by saying these vows are to be performed for him. And not to get into the specifics, but I equate this vow to be, for instance, I used to get wasted. Those moments, super drunk, where I've done way too much and my body is rejecting it now. And so I'm spinning and I'm throwing up and I'm vowing that if God will just allow me to feel better, allow me to get over it, I won't drink anymore. And I never followed through with those vows. But it's similar to my spiritually low times, where because of my poor decisions, bad judgments, I've gotten myself in bad spiritual shape, and I make these vows and say, God, if you get me out of this, I'll do this and that, and so on and so forth. Well, it's these vows that I must adhere to perform daily. And really not just to perform them, but to do so willingly and gratefully. And it is this decision to remain poor in spirit that is really the main idea for the title, Poor Decisions. For if I stick to the duties and tasks set forth, I believe that ultimately they will allow me to not fall into the spiritual trap of just being so lofty, but that I would walk humbly and be poor in spirit, not forgetting my need for Him. For me, at least, this is important because not only maintaining but perfecting these daily vows in the performance of them, I believe, is the requirement for effectively remaining poor in spirit. And I just had to reiterate that thought twice because it's that important. Caption this. Poor decisions now equate to heavenly blessings forever.